Good Wednesday morning. I'm Ron Moore from the courthouse of Fort Worth. I'm telling you what, this is such a beautiful structure. If you've not been down here, if you haven't been down in a while, you ought to come to Fort Worth. And that's where we say it down here, Fort Worth, yeah. And just look this place over because I'm telling you, this place is hopping here. But I just wanted to talk to you this morning. You know, we're kind of talking about the resurrection theme here this week. And see, because Jesus is the roaring lion, just like louder than that roaring carburetor there. But I wanted to tell you that, see, we celebrated Sunday, the empty grave. Well, I just want you to know that because of that empty grave, there ain't nothing you can't handle. You know, how many times do you hear people say, oh, I just don't know if I can handle that. There's just so much stress, so much stress. Well, you know, get a grip, buddy. It's life, you know. But the big things that do knock you down, you know, the things that you say, oh, I don't know if I can handle it. Well, you know, first of all, you don't have the grace to handle it until you need the grace to handle it, okay? But fact is, and here's what I want to drive home this morning, is because of that empty grave, you need to get it in your gut of guts that there ain't nothing that you and Jesus can't handle. You know, that's one of the things that they instilled in us in the United States Marine Corps, that you and your rifle make a majority. That's the whole reasoning for the glory stories during the World War II battles, in which, you know, there were like, you know, 5,000 Japanese coming at 12 U.S. Marines, and the Marines stood their ground and won victoriously in that battle. It's not because every Marine stood 6'10", weighed 350 pounds, and ate nails for breakfast. Okay, that's not why those stories came, but it's because the Marines knew who they were. They knew the power that they possessed, and they operated from that standpoint. And see, because there's an empty grave, child of God, if you'll just get it in your gut of guts, the power of the Holy Spirit whom you possess, the fact that, hey, you and Jesus, now get this, see, just like they told us as a Marine and our rifle, me and my rifle make up the majority, okay? Well, see, you and Jesus make up the majority. You said, but you just don't know what I'm facing. Gosh, you know, I know, and I know some of you have been so tremendously hurt in your childhood, and I get that. But let me tell you, because of that empty grave, you and Jesus make up the majority. And see, you can conquer those feelings of maybe your parents, maybe a teacher, you know, maybe it was an aunt or uncle who abused you. I don't know. Maybe they told you that you just would never amount to squat. Well, listen, you see, you say, okay, how's that hold up in light of an empty grave? Is this bigger than that empty grave? See, and you have to look at it from that light and say, wait a minute, whoa, wait a minute. Because Jesus came out of that grave. And listen, I can absolutely make it through anything. I mean, there ain't nothing that Satan can throw my way, whether it's my past, whether it's my present. Maybe you're involved in something you don't need to be involved in, and it's just making you feel like you need to call your travel agent and book a heavy guilt trip. You're feeling so guilty about it, okay? Whatever it is, listen, there ain't nothing in your present or in your future you can't face because of that empty grave. You see, because listen to this. Here's what Hebrews says. Because he's alive, he is there making intercession for you. Not critical of you, not condemning of you. He's making intercession for you. Father, you need to give old Ron more grace. You need to give old Jennifer more grace. You need to give Deborah more grace. You need to give Tamara. You need to give Jim. You need to give Fred. He said, you need to give more grace. We need to give more grace. See, he's making intercession for you. Lord, you know they're our child. They're under the blood. Let's give them more victory, more power. And so because of that, listen, today, whatever it is, you're facing a haunting past, a present that's just kicking your butt. Listen, because of that empty grave, you can absolutely face anything. You and Jesus make up the majority. Have a great Wednesday, and I'll talk to you again on Friday. Have a great day. Great day that is. Bye-bye.